Hey, King of Portals. Let's wait for some other people to get in here before we really get started. I'm doing all right. Crazy day at work, though, at least for a few hours of it. People were just overabundantly freaking hungry. Possibly the same old crew. It's usually how it goes. Except last stream with Lemonhead. He comes back, that's his own dumb fault. He'll just get blocked again, because I can actually block people on this app now. Lemonhead can't escape my wrath this time. You mean is a jerk. Not was, because he's still here. If he left forever, then you could say was. But he still keeps coming back. So is would be the politically correct term. I'm sorry, I'm very weird whenever it comes to spelling and things like that. Well, as many times as he thinks that he's going to come back is as many times as I'll get rid of him. So how do you like being a new addition on Discord? Did me asking you how do you like being a new addition on Discord remind you to frickin' get everyone else on Discord onto the stream? Because I love how I asked that, and then I got your message on my laptop here about you messaging everyone on the server. And that's a good point, but Sophia said that you're likely not going to find her anywhere, though. So if she doesn't want to be, especially considering the fact that what she's already described about herself and everything, I feel that if she wants to not be on the platform, that's okay. The Discord is just another way for people to collab with me if they want to, which I've explained before, and for the channel to just get a bit more love. She said that beforehand, though. Not because of Goat. Oh, wait. She did say that the same stream, but that's before Goat started acting creepy. If he didn't tell Rick about everyone being infected, it wouldn't have amounted to much. But Carl still would have seen Rick get up. They still would have figured it out. It's just that the group wouldn't be such apprehensive towards Rick in Season 2's ending and Season 3's beginning. And there likely wouldn't be a whole conflict with Rick in that sense, because it wouldn't be something that Rick knew already. So it's not really worth making a story. I have Rick meeting the governor early already saved, Nanny. We'll get some people in eventually. Plus, the streams are always over an hour and 15, so it's not like I'm going to force people to join if they don't want to. But I feel like we'll get the same old crowd. We always get the same people. And that's perfectly okay with me. I'm not going to force you to watch my stuff if you don't want to. I just hope that everyone who watches it enjoys it for what it is and, has fun. That's all I care about. What if Tyrese was a killer? I could make What If Tyrese Survived more like that, because it wouldn't be like What If Dale survived or What If frickin' Eastman survived. Tyrese was different. He slowly molded into something tougher. So I say that I'm just going to go with that as the idea for What If Tyrese Survived. What if Herschel died instead of T-Dog? Well, Herschel and Beth had already gone one way. And I feel like that would just be what if T-Dog survived, which I'm already going to do. And I already have T-Dog what ifs saved. I have what if Herschel died in Season 3, but that would almost be like a rehash, and it would be a rehash to several stories. I never want to do something that rehashes too many of my other stories. Hi, Gargiulio. What if Deanna and Pamela swapped? I had what if Pamela stayed with Deanna and other stuff like that. But that one's actually interesting, because then Deanna would be the governor and Pamela would be in charge of Alexandria, and that would be a very different leader role. So yeah, I think I could do that. First idea of the stream. What if Tyrese's group went to Alexandria rather than meeting up with Rick at the prison? Well, considering that one of them got bit, they wouldn't have made it all the way to Alexandria. I feel like going to the governor's, Woodbury, or the prison was Tyrese's group's best shot. Otherwise, they were most likely going to die. They weren't evolved as a group yet to be like going that far, because one of them had already gotten bit and everything, and it just doesn't seem like just doesn't seem plausible. What if Lizzie killed herself and turned into a walker? I feel like even if she had done that, it would have just hurt Carol a little bit more. Mika would have still been alive, but I already have Mika surviving in many stories. And uh, it would just be a small sad moment for the likes of Carol, because she would have to put down a Walker Lizzie, but she wouldn't have had to kill the real Lizzie in cold blood. So it would have been a darker moment, and yet it wouldn't have really amounted to like too dark. You know what I'm saying? What if Morgan met John Sr. instead of John Dory? I forget where John Sr. was before we met him. And I would like to say that because of where John Dory was, how would you switch around their roles? Because John Dory being there, that's good. That obviously had its reasons, but switching it around for John Sr., how would you do that? You'd have to make it so it would make sense. Story. Tyrese went insane. No, Tyrese would have needed a very good motive. And if he had done that, Carol's a spin-off character, so you're taking out a very key character. Lizzie and Mika, not really a big deal, but you can't kill, like, Carol and Judith mainly. And there'd have to be a motive. And Tyrese forgave Carol for killing Karen and David, so I have other Tyrese stories and Tyrese and Carol stories, but that's just not one of them. Yeah, I could do what if Virginia survived. I never thought of Virginia as a sole character that I'd be able to do anything with, like, her specifically, but I could probably figure something out. I've done crazy convoluted stories before. I mean, look at what if Carl joined Negan. What if Carol didn't kill Karen and David? Well, then the virus most likely would have spread like Carol had thought it would, and it ultimately might have led to more deaths. So even though Carol did the wrong thing, it was for the right reason. It's just everyone else didn't think so. I mean, it is pretty freaking bad, but hey, I kind of agree with it. What if Andrea and Michonne went to the highway at the end of season 2, Andrea rejoining the group? No, that would not be possible. Because by the point that Andrea had gotten out of there and was saved by Michonne, everyone else would have been off the highway by that point, and they wouldn't have been able to find them. And I think Michonne's main thing, surviving out there with Andrea, was worried about keeping her safe and everything. So I feel like the way it went was just the way it had to go, in that sense. What if Shane ran after Rick and Sophia and tried to get Rick killed then, while helping Sophia back to the highway? I have what if Shane got lost instead of Sophia, along with Carol, Lori, and Carl. But that sense, that would be another what if Shane tried to kill Rick moment. I don't know. I already have what if Shane died in season 1, and what if Shane killed Rick early, and a remake to what if Shane killed Rick the original. That one, I feel like that one once again treads old ground. I could possibly do that. You just need to find a way to. Could you explain how Negan would fit into Fear? Like, what would he do? How would he enter into Fear the Walking Dead after he escapes? Could have found Rick's group. Then they probably would have just reconvened at Herschel's farm. Carl wouldn't have gotten shot, and they would have been to Fort Benning, which would have either got them killed on the way there or trying to leave there. So, yeah. That's another Fort Benning twist. And I'm only going to do one what if that shows Fort Benning's, like, tragic if they actually went there. That's 2 so far. What if Deanna and Pamela swapped, and what if Virginia survived? So I'd like to know how Negan would escape and join Fear. Like, how would his entrance into Fear the Walking Dead play out? You can come up with a good idea for that. I will put that on the reserve here. What if Rick's group left the Atlanta camp before the attack for the CDC, leaving Morrow behind? I don't think that they were ready to leave the Atlanta camp until the Horde came. So if Rick's group didn't go to save Merle, then Merle still would have been saved by the governor. They just wouldn't have met the Vatos gang, and they would have dealt with the Horde ahead of time. I feel like I'm already going to be doing What If The Walking Dead was rewritten by me, or What If The Walking Dead Was a Dream, which I've told you guys about. And what I'm going to be doing for that one, this one I almost feel would like have the same twist around it, except it would only be the beginning part. Rick's group just wouldn't go to save Merle, they wouldn't meet the Vatos gang, and more people might have lived. But that's about it. I feel the story almost going the same in that scenario, though. What if Shane left Lori and Carl? What if Shane left Lori and Carl? That's already saved. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I'm late. That's all right. What if Negan joined Fear instead of Dwight? I already have the governor being or joining a bunch of Fear the Walking Dead groups, like Virginia's and Padres and Troy's. So you'll see him in Fear the Walking Dead. And I have What If Troy and the governor swapped. If Daryl found Sophia after... If they had found Sophia and she had stayed or whatever, then they just would have went to Fort Benning, and I've explained how that goes. What if Milton and Eugene swapped? I think I could do that. What if Nat from The Ones Who Live was in the Atlanta camp? You know, that would be so sick, though. Because that would have given Nat a better story than just one episode, just like Okafor. That would have actually given him a chance to be something, especially with that sick rocket launcher. That's the best part about him. That's a good idea. I am genuinely surprised at how many Walking Dead ideas we're still getting. Like, I don't think it's dying anytime soon, especially with new content. But hey, I am perfectly okay with that. It just means we're going to be on one genre for a quite freaking while. But you guys are probably okay with that. I've talked about it before, too. I ain't worried about people leaving even when I am done with The Walking Dead. I just appreciate you guys, for those of you who stay and want to see whatever I make. That's all I care about. No matter if I stop doing The Walking Dead or not. But I won't stop until I've exhausted every single what if that I could possibly conjure up. So Virginia and Terminus, you mean like Virginia's community? What if Andrea and Milton did not know about the governor's daughter until Michonne knew first. So both Milton and Andrea, Goat and King of Portals, that wouldn't be able to happen because only Michonne knew that something was up. And she even didn't know about the governor's daughter until she opened the door. What if Dwayne survived, and Dwayne what ifs are saved for the future there, Jody? So you'll see him soon. Oh, after my what if Daryl died instead of Merle, which is my next story coming up here, I will be doing what if Morgan shot Jenny, and that pretty much is what if Dwayne survived. So, yeah. If Andrew died, then Lori and T-Dog would have just lived probably... It would have been like my what if Lori survived, and likely like my what if T-Dog survived, except it would have been... It's just like... Someone asked me, it's probably even you, King of Portals, what if Carl and Sophia got lost at the same time? But I already have Sophia. Sophia already got lost in the original, and Carl already is saved for a story like that. So that would just be rehashing the show's material and my own, which that Andrew one would be my what if Lori survived and what if T-Dog survived, which the T-Dog one ain't even completed yet. It's not even freaking on my production list right now. What if Andrea left with Michonne? That's a very good question. I don't think I've ever had that happen before in any of my stories. Do you guys think I've done that? Andrea leaving with Michonne at Woodbury? That could have actually done something. I don't even think I saved that. What if Maggie got shot and died? Maggie's a spin-off character, so Oscar is definitely not a Maggie replacement. But you do make a good point. That's I I guess so. I guess I could do that. See, there, unlike Axel, you actually have someone to replace that's actually beneficial. Because Axel was less of a character than Oscar was showing up to be, besides getting into a small little kind of relationship with Carol. And yes, I did hear about it, and I made an announcement about it 2 days ago. Virginia Ranch. Okay. All right. What if Virginia Ranch and Terminus swapped? That's 8. 8 ideas so far. I don't pay attention to Five Nights at Freddy's. I've only played the first game, only a few times, and seen it, but other than that, I don't pay attention to the lore or anything like that. If Rick had handcuffed the foot instead, that would have... It wouldn't have changed much. It would have given Merle maybe just like a prosthetic foot. It would have made him more balanced, like Herschel, since Herschel got a prosthetic leg. So ultimately, I feel that almost might have hurt Merle slightly still, but might have actually helped him. But I don't know if I could really put that as a story, more or less. What if Merle and I have what if Gargiulio killed Merle, and what if Merle spared Gargiulio in several Gargiulio themed stories. So they'll aim around that point. Which, what if Merle spared Gargiulio? That's coming up here in the next few months, production wise. So yeah. What if Axel survived? I can't... Maybe I don't need to find a replacement for Axel in that situation. I just need to find a way that he would come up as a beneficial character. See, it's different whenever you say the character survives. So instead of calling it What If Maggie Got Shot instead of Oscar, I'm just going to go with What If Oscar Survived and kill Maggie in that what if. He was not... Axel was a mechanic. I'll just do it. What if Big Tiny survived? I have made Big Tiny survive. Look at my What If Sophia joined Negan. I had him survive to the frickin' end, being the only prisoner to survive till the end. So, yeah. And I did Big Tiny good in that story. Carol wasn't that dark that she would have killed him then. And that would be very out of place. What if Rick and Shane found Sophia when Shane was about to kill Rick in season 2? You mean at the end? She was already dead. What if Dakota and Lizzie swapped? Lizzie was far more of a psychopath than Dakota, so that doesn't really correlate. What if Axel died instead of Big Tiny? I don't know. So, like, what if Axel got scratched instead of Big Tiny? I have what if Andrew and Tomas got scratched and T-Dog, but no one asked me about Axel. What if Axel got scratched instead of Big Tiny? So that's 10 ideas. God dang. Where's King Devon at? It's 30 minutes into the freaking Q&A. Like, god dang, I even didn't realize that we were that far in. I figured he would have been here by now. If Carol died early, yeah, I don't think that I could really do that. She's a spin-off character. What if Jody shot Carl? I'm gonna do that, but I don't know if I'm really going to replace Jody as a character. I don't know how I'm gonna do that story, but I feel like I can do it. I feel like the only reason you did that, King, is because we have a new guy named Jody here. If Carl had went after Sophia, then it would be like, whatever, one of you asked me, what if Carl and Sophia both got lost? So, or they would have just found each other and went back, and they would have went to Fort Benning. And yeah, I've already explained a bunch of times how that goes. What if Daryl and Merle switched roles with Dwight and Sherry? I already have Dwight and Sherry being in the Atlanta camp, but switching over entirely? No, because I already have Dwight and Sherry being in the Atlanta camp, and I have Daryl and Merle joining the Saviors. And let's be honest, that would be where both directions would go. So that's rehashed material. But we have 11 ideas and still over 50 minutes left in the stream. So we are killing it with the ideas. And by the way, Jody, welcome to the channel. He might have just found it overrun or got himself killed, or would have joined another group. We got 10, 20, 30, 40-ish minutes left. What if Dale's RV exploded and got completely destroyed at the highway instead of breaking down? Well, if it exploded, then that most likely would have killed Dale and Andrea and Shane, who were all in the RV, and likely T-Dog, or injured them very badly. That's not really a what if that I could think that nothing good comes out of that. And that would help them at the farm because they relied on Dale's RV to get to the farm and survive. So that nothing good comes out of that. Get the frick out of here. Thank you. What if when Otis was helping Shane and Rick find the farm, the herd they found the farm overrun and destroyed due to the herd from the highway? That would be real. No. The horde would have had to move hyper speed to get to the farm like that. That would be way too coincidental. What if Negan got cancer instead of Lucille? Or what if Lucille killed Negan? Both are saved. If Shane got bit then, he was already holding back the walkers and everything. If he had gotten bit, then leaving him, Lori would have been upset, and Rick would probably feel more remorseful for leaving him. I don't know. Then they wouldn't have known what to do with Randall. I'll do it. But I don't know if anything will come out of it. I'll call it What If Rick Left Shane? What if Shane was the one on the roof that Rick had to handcuff instead of Merle? I don't see how I could do that, though. And who's Jimbo? He didn't really seem to amount to much, so I can't say I could make a story about him. I already have What If Randall Survived and other Randall-themed stories. That might be one of them. What if they never saved Randall when they met him? I've had that happen before in other stories. It just means that Randall's group really isn't an issue. And they would kind of just be safer. Daryl's a spin-off character, and Andrea is no Daryl. Especially if she accidentally killed Daryl in that situation. That would not be cool. That's actually good. That would be very painful to have to amputate a child's arm like that. But I could do it. I'm going to call it, what if Herschel saved Sophia? I forget who Esteban is. I'm going to try and get King Devin in here, and I'm probably going to extend the stream longer. He's like one of the main people who ask questions and is in the streams. I don't want him to miss out. Sasha wasn't there, and she was still willing from the death of Bob. So, I have other people dying like Noah instead of Tyrese, but in that situation, I think it's best. And I have Tyrese dying instead of Bob and Sasha dying instead of Bob, but that's different. That situation doesn't really work like that. Hey, the Q&A has been up for over 40 minutes now. I figured you would have joined. Alright, I let him know. That's 13 ideas. What if Dwight and Sherry found the tower? I think I could do that. Okay. And remember, you guys don't have to just recommend The Walking Dead. You can recommend other stuff too, like stuff that I've already covered here on the channel and stuff that I plan to cover. No, Nick would have had to join those guys to die. And swapping around their rules would take a lot of work. So, I don't see that happening. The Q&A stream has started, King Devin and everybody else. Been up for over 40 minutes now. I'd like to think Tomas would lead the group, but at that point, Daryl and everybody else would have killed Tomas and everyone on the spot. That's not really that's a lose-lose situation. What if Shane killed Rick is different, because Shane's definitely a leader type. Tomas really wasn't. If Morgan killed Eastman, he would have remained crazy forever and would have ended up dying. What if Murrow killed T-Dog is already saved? Hope and Padre swapped. Okay. It's dead. 15. I'm gonna make the stream longer just so King Devin and more people can get in here. We've had a decent few people, but like, I don't know where most of the people are today. What if Nick came back instead of Troy? That's actually pretty friggin' good. Good idea. What if Negan killed Carl was already done on the channel? You just have to look for the video. And I plan to do a remake of it. Beta killed Gabriel. Beta and Gabriel didn't encounter once, and if it was like the comics, then the rest of the story, I feel, especially with Gabriel and Rosita's part, would have just played like the comics, even though Rosita died at the Pikes in the comics. I don't like to do full, like, comic representations, only nods of the comics, and that one seems like it would just go too far into the comics. Because show's definitely way better. But that's 16 ideas, and like I said, we're gonna have plenty of more time to get more people in here mainly. No, because he had already recovered by that point, and I feel like him passing out and everything, if they had just continued the prison flu on, I just feel that it would have ended up being freaking a redundant storyline. What if Sophia joined the Whisperers is already saved? If Okafor and Abraham swapped. I already have Abraham in the CRM, but that's a different role because then Abraham would be responsible for freaking bombing Atlanta and Los Angeles. I'll be right back, guys. Hopefully, whenever I return, even though it will be 2 seconds, we have a bit more people. Yeah. Chris was a really pointless character that was really driven by hatred and just really did not make him a good character. Travis surviving would be literally impossible because he got shot and then fell out of a helicopter. So, yeah. Hold that thought. The helicopter was in disrepair. He didn't shoot it down. All right. If Althea was in Atlantic Canyon. If it hit Rick instead of Okafor, that would defeat the entire purpose of the frickin' spinoff. And Michonne would just see a dead Rick inside the helicopter, even though she didn't know that he was in the helicopter. What was I thinking? Oh, so along with finding out about Heath, Morgan, Daryl in the spinoff, we need to find out about where the frick Al and her girlfriend are from Fear the Walking Dead, because her girlfriend was part of the CRM and they went away to their own little hut in Fear the Walking Dead season 6 or 7. We need to figure out where they are too. And I feel like, if anything, the ones who live should tell us about that. John Dory surviving, along with several John Dory what-ifs, are already saved for the channel. So what, would Okafor bomb Atlanta and Los Angeles and then just run away from the CRM and join Martinez's militia? That's the only way that I could think he would join that group. Come on. Not a freaking deadpan. What the frick? Escaped CRM. That's 19 ideas. I feel like Martinez being the governor would give his bat a sick Negan vibe and would actually make his character better. And the governor being the second in command would definitely be different. What if Martinez was the governor? It's 20. Charlie was in Woodbury. I already have Charlie and Ennis being in the Atlanta camp, so I don't want to put Charlie and Ennis everywhere because I feel like it would repeat story material. Why would Shane go to the bar, especially after he thought that Herschel knew about Sophia and how mad he was? Why would he go after him? If Herschel caught the prison flu, then all I can think is maybe more people die, but Herschel definitely wasn't stupid. So ain't no way he was gonna let himself get it or anything like that. What Glenn was getting at, yeah, I agree with King on that, and I just say in general that ain't gonna happen. Seriously, where is King and like half of the other people who joined? Don't know where you guys are at. What the frick are they doing? What if Carl never saved Tyrese's group? Well, they were already in the prison, so saving them was going to be inevitable. But that's 20 ideas, and I'm going to keep this stream past an hour and 15, just because we're missing people that should be here. Not should be here, because like I said, I don't force people to watch my stuff, but it's just more fun whenever there's more people. Are you only saying Glean because freaking Tungulus said Glean? That I can't do. You know I can't do that. What if Axel was killed? I already have Axel and all the prisoners being psychopaths saved for what ifs. The Incredibles, I haven't seen. I'm not really into the Incredibles, so I'm not really going to do what ifs or like putting them into what ifs. Incredibles has never interested me. No. That Among Us, that's too silly. That's already going to happen, GMB. It's just not going to happen for a while. So what if Rosita got pregnant before Maggie? That's interesting. I feel like Glenn would have possibly pushed a little, and Maggie would have probably went along with it and begged her dad to, give blessing. I don't see why Herschel wouldn't have at that point. So, hey, and guess what? I'm going to play this for everybody who is not in here. Wait. Okay, that didn't really play the way that I wanted it to. I expected that video to be different, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that one played more accurately. That's for everybody who is not in here. I was just trying to play something stupid and funny. What if Merle... I can't make Merle survive after getting his freaking fingers bitten off and everything. That I don't even want him to survive like that. But what if Daryl died instead of Merle, and other Merle stories, like what if Merle met Negan and other stuff, and I've made him survive before. You just know that I've made it happen before, and I continue to make it happen with Merle-themed stories. Glenn was already dead. If you mean Carl's arm, then I already have that as a safe what if, along with Daryl's arm. But Glenn, he was already dead. So what if Simon killed Negan? Well, I've already done that story on the channel before, and I plan to do a remake of it. Okay. No, that would not be possible. The Savior, by the time that we get to season 4 of Fear, it was already showing that that was after the Savior's downfall. So, that would not be possible. saviors were all dead. What if Negan swung at Glenn and missed on purpose and instead did it as a warning? Well, he wouldn't have done that because he already warned them before he even killed Abraham. And then when Daryl punched, that was strike 2. I feel like that's all that Negan realistically should have done. Daryl was very stupid in that moment. A pack of dogs killed Sasha. Why would they all go specifically towards Sasha? I feel like she just shot them and they didn't even know about it. I don't think the dogs were that smart. And I think they were just eyeing the rest of the group. Why would Carl do that? That's disgusting. I don't know if I could do that one, honestly. If Andrew died instead of Tomas, I already have Andrew getting scratched instead of Big Tiny, and I think dying instead of Tomas in that sense. So, yeah. What if Daryl got a haircut? If no one else shows by an hour and 30, I might just call it. Because we're missing a good amount of people. What if Daryl got a haircut and cleaned himself up at Alexandria, becoming his season 2 and 3 self again? Not too much would change with his character. It would just make him look different. But we got 21 ideas, so it's not like we've done horribly with the Q&A ideas. It's just the amount of people that are here that's just a little bit disappointing. But you guys have killed it with the ideas, though. Well, if Emil and his brother were not in fear, who were eventually hired by Virginia, that means her empire would fall sooner. Then I just have to figure out where to put them. Best I can say is that they join Negan, or the governor. I already have Shane and Daryl being brothers and friends, so 2 different what ifs, and they could be one, but yeah. If Morgan had killed Virginia, I don't feel the story would have changed, except it would have changed June's character because she wouldn't have been as dark. And I don't know, maybe Dakota would have been changed a little bit. Hey, King! Looks like I'm actually extending the stream to 2 hours because I didn't think you were joining or not. I was like, where the frick is he? Who the frick is Janice and Cameron? Where we found the claimers when Daryl ran into them, I feel that it's right that they met there. I have Rick meeting the claimers early, but that's too early. What if Aaron died instead of Jesus is already saved? But it's really good to see you, King Devin. Like I said, I wasn't sure you were even going to be joining or not. And I was like, if King Devin or Sophia don't show up, I might just end up extending the stream or like something like that. Because it's nice having a lot of people in here, because even though we've gotten 22 ideas here, I still like to have a bunch of people in, because not only does that get extra ideas, but we have more fun. I don't feel it would have mattered much, even if they lived. Or what if Janice actually killed Cameron? I don't think it would have mattered. Hey, Sophia's here too! Yeah, I'm surprised. I told King that it was so funny because now the stream's actually going to be over 2 hours because I didn't think either one of you were showing up. I was like, where the frick are these two? Because they show up to like almost every Q&A and it's like, where the frick are they? But it's all good. I ain't mad at you guys. It's just having extra people definitely makes it funner and we get more ideas out of it. But we have gotten 22 ideas, so it's not like we haven't done good with the Q&A. Oh my god, I'm just in a smiley mood right now because it's funny. But it's good to see you guys because now that the stream's not going to be an hour and 15, it's going to be 2 hours and 15. Now that we have more people. Boom. Yeah, how about we press play on the frickin' music, please? I only have 3 music tunes. What if the governor killed Tyrese and Sasha because he thought they killed his walkers instead of Milton? Milton definitely showed more clear-cut signs than Tyrese and Sasha did, even if they were wary of the governor. So I don't feel like I could come up with a scenario on how that would happen and what would happen after. What if Heath stayed in the show? I've had Heath survive in a multitude of what ifs, but I'm not going to do anything further with him until we get to know what happened to him in freaking The Ones Who Live. Once we get that, I'll know if I want to make more what ifs about him. I've had the scavengers survive a long time before too, but as a what if specifically, I don't know. I'm still gonna make Simon go rogue, but in that sense, I'll make him go rogue like straight at the end, maybe even teaming up with Eugene. But he won't turn good or anything because that's a separate what if. But I can make it in a way that it's not a complete ripoff of another what if. I'm so glad this new streaming service and everything enables me to block people, which means that getting rid of clowns like Lemonhead is actually pretty freaking more easier. I have Sophia joining multitudes of other groups, especially the joining Negan one, but Sadiq, he was just a lone man. So besides Eastman and like small other one-tracked groups like that, Sadiq doesn't really amount to much. What if Madison never left? That's a saved what if. I guess. I feel like Sadiq being the guy that he was is good enough. No, Finn and Jake are way too OP to be in The Walking Dead. No cap. By the way, you guys can recommend other stuff besides The Walking Dead. Like, do stuff that I've already done before, like Dragon Ball, Marvel, Lord of the Rings. Stuff that I've already covered before, or just like new stuff that I plan to cover, like Saw, Scream, Pokemon, stuff like that. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate the Walking Dead ideas, but you guys don't have to just do that, especially if you want me to get onto other stuff in the future. Because, oh my god. I don't know why I find that funny. All I can think is Justin Bieber getting in love with Beth and just singing the baby song over and over again to her. Oh my god, that's a... Oh my god. Oh. I don't know if I'll do that one though. That seems really silly. Oh my god. What if Merle handcuffed Rick? Oh, that would be a ones who live moment. I like it. The poetic irony behind that. You know what? I'm gonna do it just because what you say, Sophia, makes sense, but I just can't get the meaning out of my freaking head. Oh my god. Just singing the song to her and that's how she falls for him. And, that would. I'm gonna crack up so much whenever I freaking do that. I am very easily amused if you guys could not tell, and that's freaking hilarious. What if Dan Schneider? Okay, no, that one I cannot do. Because I don't see how Dan Schneider would fit in what I've heard of him, and Victorious, and who he is, and everything. Nah. There's probably funnier, but that one will definitely go as one of the funniest. Definitely. By the way, guys, I am officially at 875. You know what that means? I'm very close to 900 subs and 1,000 subs mainly. Let's freaking get there already. Oh, Madison would be so much more freaking standable than Lori. And she wouldn't have gotten into a relationship with freaking Shane, and that Rick and Madison actually being in a relationship. I had that hinted in my What If Madison's Family Joined Rick, and that might even go towards my What If Rick's Family Joined Madison. But if it actually happened, that's a way to make it happen. Walker would have people amputating their own feet. Oh, I get it. Freaking creepazoid. Hashtag creepazoid in the comments. I feel like if Winslow was in the barn, they still could have shot it down. Just because it had spikes, it would have scared them, but they still would have been able to shoot it down. What if Beth had a relationship with Daryl? I've literally had Beth be in a relationship with Daryl, and every what if that Beth and Daryl are featured in. Ask everybody here. What if Negan killed everyone except for Rick? I actually thought of that on my own, and that's a saved what if. But we have 27 freaking ideas. Is King here? I haven't seen King of Portals talk in a minute, or King Devon. Both the kings kind of dipped. Both the kings, they had to go to their throne rooms. Get it? Because they're both king. They have king in the title. Why am I explaining the joke? What am I waiting for, Gargiulio? I'm waiting. I gotta wait though. What am I waiting for? What if Victor? Nah, that would be really hard to do. Nah, season 2 felt more right for him to become a violent dictator. Divorced? I have plenty of Shane and Lori and Rick and Lori what ifs, but that one I don't feel, for one, would work, and for two, just how to do it. What if Jesse and Lori swapped? All right. Dunzo. But Victor isn't dead. He's still alive. Whew. Breaking Bad? I have Michonne kill Merle in my What If Dale Survived. That's the closest I think you're ever going to get to see that happen. I don't know who Skylar White is. But I can do what if Gus killed Victor. A drug empire. No, I am not a drug fanatic, nor am I a beer fanatic. So doing a what if like that doesn't sit right with me. That no. That's 29 ideas, mainly because I extended the stream, but like, holy frick. Oh, jeez. So, how are you guys liking the Dale story? I haven't asked you guys about that in a minute, I don't think. So, now's a good time to ask. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I was sucked into my phone for a sec. Let you guys answer that question. You're on Dale's story part 7. Cool. And how are you liking it so far? What if Teddy was a prisoner instead of Axel? I have Teddy being in the prison already, I believe. Now that's a sick picture. I'm pretty sure all of you have already responded in some way to my Dale story, so I don't want to ask the question too much. It's just a general uh, question to everybody, really. But I do have something to tell you guys about my What If Daryl Died Instead of Merle production. The uploading wise for Dale's story is almost complete. It's going to be 40 parts, around maybe one or two past that. So like 40 to 42 parts. But as for the What If Daryl Died Instead of Merle, I am about 70 to 75% done with production, and we'll have the project fully completed by possibly the middle of next week, if not close to the end, maybe sooner. And then I'll be on to the next story, which is What If Morgan Shot Jenny. And then finally after that, I can catch up with saving projects like ahead of time production-wise, and not have to do them all like in the moment of production and uploading, like with the Dale one. But with the Dale one, I literally had no choice because the Eastman one wasn't that long. It was only 13 parts, and the Dale one is going to go over 40 parts. So that just goes to show how in depth I can make a story. But I figured you guys want to know that, at least. Figure out how long the next story is going to be and when Dale's story is going to be ending. Just beware, though, the ending to my Dale story is going to show a last-minute recap of me with long hair, because I go a 5-minute ending, because that's the new way I'm going to end my stories, is me explain the ending in greater detail. And it's going to show me with long hair, because it's pre-recorded to when I still had long hair. But yeah, I figured I'd let you guys know about that. We have 29 ideas here, and we've already extended the Q&A. So if you guys have exhausted ideas for today, I'll go on with the picture thumbnail thing that I do, and then shout out the one with the coolest. You guys get the drift about every time you guys are in the Q&As and everything. What if Grace was in Atlanta camp? All right. Even when it comes to other stuff too. Like other shows and franchises and everything. I ain't gonna push you for ideas, but hey, whatever you can think of would help the channel. Yeah. Well, Venom was already in Spider-Man 3, but Carnage wasn't. Electro would be too powerful for The Walking Dead. If you watch my What If Andrew Garfield replaced Tom Holland, I already mentioned the Sinister Six in that What If. All right, how about this? I have an idea. We're calling off the Q&A for today. We're going to call off the questions because I have an idea for future Q&As. Okay. So, how does this sound? If you guys, I think I'm just going to, since we extended the stream, I'm not going to do the picture thumbnail thing and shout out today, but I have something different planned, and you guys are going to want to pay close attention to this. It's very important. Since we have had so many The Walking Dead ideas, which I appreciate you guys for, I noticed some people have also run dry, especially King Devin, on coming up with ideas for The Walking Dead because we've exhausted almost every thought, and now we're almost going to crossovers more than actual ideas. But here's what I'm thinking. All right? Here's what we'll do. If you guys, after this stream ends, I'm talking immediately after it ends, going into the next Q&A. I'm talking all week into the next Q&A. If you guys can get me up to 50 ideas, 35 at the bare minimum of The Walking Dead ideas after this stream ends, going into the Q&A. I'm talking like during the next Q&A. If we could get total up to 35 to 50 The Walking Dead ideas, then I will continue The Walking Dead ideas on the streams along with anything else that new people or just people in general want to ask me. But if we get under that amount, we'll move on to other things that we're going to ask on the Q&As, like different franchises. Because some part of me thinks that while we have gotten a huge bunch of The Walking Dead ideas that are worth it to do here on the channel, even I have exhausted all thoughts, except for spin-offs, crossovers, and small things. So if we can get to 35 to 50 before and during the next Q&A, I'm talking like in the comments section, I'm talking in the comments of this stream, any video before the next Q&A and during the next Q&A, we could get up to 50 or 35 bare minimum, then I will continue doing The Walking Dead ideas and whatever else comes next. But if not, then we move on to other stuff for good. I'm talking like forever, because I love The Walking Dead, but even I don't want to be on The Walking Dead on this channel forever. And I feel like, for one thing, we have done more than we need of The Walking Dead on this channel, and it's not just a The Walking Dead channel. It's other stuff too. And you guys have come up with a lot of good stuff too, and I guarantee you that even you guys can agree with me that we've exhausted Walking Dead here on the channel. So that's the deal. If you guys, after this stream and until the next Q&A is your time date, because I'm going to make it right whenever the next Q&A starts, you guys can get me 35 to maybe 50 The Walking Dead ideas. By the time the next Q&A stream starts, we can continue doing The Walking Dead, and any newbies, they can recommend whatever they want. And you guys obviously can too. I'm just saying to those who do The Walking Dead mainly, which is everybody, even though this is not a The Walking Dead channel. But I figured that I'd make that deal for you guys because, hey, it's the best that I think we can do, and it works out in everybody's favor. I have not seen Breaking Bad, nor do I think I'm going to. If I do, it will be a long time in the future because it just doesn't seem like something that interests me. But that's just a good enough idea on my part that I feel like would benefit us all, especially since, yeah, feels like we've all exhausted the Walking Dead ideas. Even though you guys have come up with good stuff, I'm not saying that you guys have not made The Walking Dead. That's what sparked my channel, if anything. And I sure hope that it doesn't die down whenever I stop. But, I'm not. I'm going to say this again. I'm not a The Walking Dead YouTuber. I'm a multiple topic YouTuber. So, yeah, that's just the idea that I thought I could come up with for everybody. Including myself, because yeah, I want to look into other stuff too, because there's plenty of other stories and stuff that are not The Walking Dead related that I want to get out there. Several Dragon Ball topics. Let me tell you guys something. So you guys know, before I was doing the What If Rick Exiled Shane the remake, I was going to do What If Kid Goku Went Super Saiyan. I was going to do that. Well, I had already gotten several Dragon Ball what ifs saved in my Google Photos, but they have been on the back burner for probably 2 years now, ever since, because then I just got recommended more The Walking Dead ideas, and I started paying attention to the show more. And yeah, I still plan to do The Walking Dead here on this channel for the next year, maybe even year and a half. I'm not even joking you. But yeah, it's definitely not something that's going to be on this channel forever. And I hope you guys will like the channel even when I do stop. But that doesn't mean the stories aren't going to be freaking epic and worthwhile. But I hope you guys appreciate the deal and everything and what it means for the channel. Like I said, you guys got a week to give me 35 to 50 ideas, and I feel is plenty of time. You guys will come up with something. But yeah, we're gonna stop there because I've extended the stream. We've gotten over 30 ideas, and yeah, we've done good today. This was a good day, even though it took some people time to get in, which I don't blame you for. We've done good today. With figuring out The Walking Dead and everything and getting a better grasp on ideas, because we cannot keep this going forever. I mean, hey, if I wanted to make this The Walking Dead channel, I would, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be multiple things, because that's what differentiates me from other what if YouTubers. I'm going to go into stuff that's beyond one thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think we're going to call it here. I know I'm not doing the picture thumbnail thing today, especially King Devin, because you've been here mainly for that. Everyone else is kind of booked besides GMB. He was there for the last one. But yeah, I'm going to type in the message here in the chat so that everyone like remembers what I just said, if I didn't talk too much. But I do talk a lot, if that wasn't painfully obvious. But hey, if you're here, it's because you like hearing me talk. Let's be honest here. If we get there, we continue getting more on for future bids. But if not, we will move on to other stuff because and I feel you all agree Whew. All right, there's the message. So even when the video ends, you guys, anyone who had missed the stream or came back or did not hear all of what I said because I was talking, there's the message for you, and you guys can get a better understanding of what is to be expected until the next Q&A while still enjoying the content that I'm producing tomorrow for the streams and Monday to Wednesday and Friday for the episodes. You get what I'm saying? So there's the message, and I'm going to call it here. And thank you guys, especially King Devin and Sophia, for getting into the stream and giving me the chance to extend it and giving quite a bit more ideas. And I think we've all gotten a better understanding of like the future for this channel, not just the future for the channel, but for the Q&As especially. But with that said, thank you guys so much for joining the Q&A. Those of you who are still here, remember to read the message, and anyone who is coming back, be sure to read the message whenever I leave so you guys get what I'm talking about. And with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow for the beginning and after streams for the ones who live. Episode 3, which I'm very excited for. Who the frick isn't? And Monday for the next episode of Dale's Tale and the next Q&A, which I hope will either have all 35 to 50 ideas or just move on to something completely different. With all that said, I am getting the frick out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for the 31 ideas and for the people who joined the stream.